dough for the bananas, and cassava dough for banku. And I have here yambita. Or close the door. Close. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Taste and Bloom kitchen. This is 3 days after the clip you watched earlier, okay? So I should have ingredients prepped when I got the things from the market, right? But life lived, and probably I was feeling a bit lazy, but today I was like, nah, I need to work on these. So I went ahead to start working on my palm nuts and my okra. So this video I'm going to show you how I store my palm nuts and okra for months. Okay, so I'll begin by thoroughly washing my palm fruits. So I washed about 3 or 4 times, I don't really remember now, but till it was thoroughly clean. So I know there's numerous brands of palm cream or whatever you want to call it on the market, but now for some strange reason, I don't even know why, I prefer to get the palm fruit myself from the market and then process it and store it so that I know what I'm eating basically. So with this, I'm adding some turkey berries. Usually I would like the market women to take the berries off the stalk, or is this stem, I don't even know, and then tie it for me, right? But I didn't get the opportunity this time, and I hate doing this, honestly. But anyway, once I get the berries off the stalk, I'm going to wash those also very well and then make sure they're very clean before adding them to the palm fruits to cook together. So cooking the palm fruits take a while. I would say roughly 30 to 45 minutes, so be prepared for that. You want to ensure that your palm fruits in particular are soft enough so that the processing is easier, okay? The turkey berries don't take too long to cook, but I mean, I'll be cooking them with the palm fruit, so of course I'm going to leave them on the fire for the same amount of time I am cooking the palm fruits. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Yasmi, and welcome to my kitchen Taste and Bloom. Please consider subscribing and joining this amazing blooming family. And do leave your notification bell on so that every time I post a new video, you'll be notified by YouTube. So once I add enough water, this goes onto my fire, and then I'll deal with the okra. So believe it or not, this okra is 20 cedis. Jesus Christ. Okra is out of season now, but Charlie, this is wild. So I'm going to give this a very good wash. So when I got to this point of the video, right, I wanted to use my grater to grate my okra. So what I did was to take off the heads. I think that's what it's called, okay? Cut off the heads of the okra and then left the tail, if I may say that, okay? And then later on, I changed my mind. I'm like, why do I have to stress when I have a processor? And I was really not in the mood to cut the jute leaves or ademe, which I'm going to clean very soon. So I just decided that I'll use my processor. Anyway, in the absence of the food processor or the grater, you can use your knife and chop your okra beautifully, but I don't want that life. So yes, I'm going to use my food processor like I said. If you've watched the video till this end, I'm going to assume you like what you're watching. Please give me a thumbs up on the video. Leave me a comment and let me know how you preserve your palm fruit and your okra when you buy in bulk especially. So at this point, my okra is nice and ready. I'm going to go ahead and set that aside and then work on my jute leaves. This is another thing I don't enjoy doing one bit, okay? So you go ahead and then pluck, or I will go ahead rather, and then pluck the leaves off the stems and then wash them very well. I didn't use the whole bunch, you see, okay? So with the ademe or jute leaves, you can roughly chop them and add them to your grated okra. But girl is lazy, so I'm going to add them into my food processor as well and then blitz with my okra. Personally, I use ademe or jute leaves when okra is out of season because, first of all, I don't like the plucking. Okay, so I'll go ahead and then separate the bad ones from it, and I will show you guys this. Can I plant it? Let me know in the comment section, okay? And I'm going to wash this very well and take out the bad ones and go ahead and add the good ones into the okra and then blend. So make sure you don't blend this too fine, okay? Or else the okra will be like soup. I don't know how to explain it again, but yes, this is the outcome. I'm going to go ahead and put it in a Ziploc bag and then compress it well and flatten it so that it doesn't take too much space in the freezer, okay? Once that is done, I'll go ahead and put it in my freezer and it can be there for months. Whenever I'm ready to make my okra, I just boil some water and then drop it in frozen, add some baking soda or not, and then I'm good to go. Sometimes if I'm feeling too lazy safe and it's okra soup, I just make the soup base and then put this right away into it without cooking at all and allow the soup base to cook this for me. So yeah, that's it. It goes into the freezer and voila. So now back to the palm nuts, okay? It's cooked now, very soft like I like it. I'm going to go ahead and transfer the contents into my food processor. If this food processor had a mouth, it would have been talking. But I'm not going to add any water into it, okay? The food processor will do the business by grinding this. Normally, you could use your mortar and pestle to pound, and then you get it like this. But if you don't know me, I am lazy. I don't like spending too much time in the kitchen, though I like to cook. So yes, this is the end result. This will also go into a Ziploc bag and into my freezer. And whenever I'm ready to use, I thaw it with some hot boiling water and then I'm good to go. So yes, I hope this video was helpful. If you have another way of preserving your palm fruit and your okra, do let me know in the comment section. And on your way out, please share this video and let it reach others. And until we see each other again in another video, please keep blooming.